You know what? Today's the day I'm having Ja over Trey. Today's the day I'm having Ja over
But
Trey.
what I was
on
gonna say
Sunday
about
show,
that,
you might have Trey though, right?
Maybe.
that's perfect for what I was actually about to say. When you talk about those, that tier of guys that we came in talking about, Shea, De'Aaron, Ja, and Trey, them all being in that same tier. The beauty of basketball is that what it looks like on paper and our opinion is who's the best. It don't really matter because the beauty of basketball is any given day, all four of those guys can get the best of each other. So when they play that day, it's about who's gonna chop who. But the guy that we might give the edge to, let's say right now we're giving the edge to SGA. Well, any given day, he might get at Ja, and the next day Trey will get at him, then the next day De'Aaron will give him 55, 56. You know what I'm saying? You never know. It's just that's the beauty of basketball.
I have a question regarding Dame. All right, so you have Steph and Luka, and then you kind of have the others, and I don't want to call them others. That may sound disrespectful, but I'm talking about your Treys, Ja's, Shea's, De'Aaron's. You got that tier. Is Dame in the middle, or is he? He's where's
top three?
Dame, I'm sorry, bro. He's above SGA and them, bro. I'm sorry.
Come on, bro. Yeah, come on,
Ron. So you got
Ron. He's not in that tier,
middle. You have to put him at.
So this is the tier of point guards. You have
Steph, Luka.
Yeah,
that's what I'm asking.
He's in that tier.
No.
Which one you putting him in?
You got Luka, Steph. That's their tier. Then Dame. That's like his tier.
No.
And then everybody else.
Dame in the same. Why is he on the same tier as Luka and Steph?
Yeah, I'm saying.
Luka and Dame are for sure. It's Steph shit. Like it's Steph, but Luka and Dame right there.
Thank you. Yeah,
Luka don't do nothing.
I'm
Dame
not
don't
gonna
do.
hold you, bro.
Stop it.
I think Luka fares as a playmaker, but I do think I trust Dame. I trust Dame to get his team to like Dame's team this year. Nobody expects them to make noise. Now I like Jeremy Grant, Anthony Simons. I think is a great young talent, but the fact that Dame is consistently, whenever Dame's been healthy since he's entered his prime, his team is in the playoffs. We know that for a fact. They make it past. They usually make it to the first round. They might win. They might lose. After that, it kind of does fall off. But obviously, once you go farther in the playoffs, the level of competition is going to get harder. The defenses are going to get tougher. They get to key in on Dame, so it makes it a lot more difficult. So I just feel like Dame, he just never had, even with Ja, has Dame ever had a team around him like Ja has right now?
No.
So
not at
hard.
all. Not even close.
Exactly. So
I thought we were talking about
Chad holding us accountable though. Where is we didn't even mention Kyrie. So I think Kyrie's.
I've always had Dame over Kyrie. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Kyrie over.
What tier do you put Kyrie in though?
I got him in that damn tier.
So I got him in that SGA Ja tier.
Yeah, I got Kyrie with Dame in him.
No, Kyrie has to be in that Dame tier.
Kyrie with Dame.
Kyrie is with Dame.
So you got Dame and Kyrie, and then Luka and Steph on top.
Nah, I think Steph is at the top by himself, and then there's Luka, Kyrie, and Dame. Yeah, Steph is his own tier, bro.
How is even Dame on the same tier as Luka Doncic?
Why would
I don't want. You should ask it the other way. You gotta ask it the other way.
Why isn't he on the same tier as Luka Doncic? Because of playmaking.
I mean, when you look at Luka and Steph, when you look at Luka and Steph,
that's
I
what
think
they're
those
going
guys.
to say. They're going to say playmaking because it can't be scoring.
No. Dame could be a better scorer, but even
Dame's showing defense.
Dame's showing not defense.
Well, yeah, that's not.
Can I answer the question?
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, neither Luka and Dame.
Yeah.
What's it called? Luka, just what he's been doing for the last 3 seasons, the way that he rises in the playoffs, the way that he really doesn't drop off like that, on top of him being a great scorer as well. Dame's a better scorer without a doubt, but the playmaking that Luka does bring is better than Damian Lillard, but Dame is still a very good playmaker as well. Is really what happens in the postseason. Luka has been a consistent playoff riser for the last 3 seasons, while Dame, even though he does rise in the playoffs, it's not to the level of Luka Doncic.
Is there any difference in defense? Does anybody play better defense?
Not really.
I don't know if I agree with that. I've seen Dame raise his level in the postseason. I mean, I've seen him send a few teams home. I've also seen him go to. I've also seen him go to a Western Conference Finals. Yet he did get swept, but I mean, so did Luka. You know what I'm saying? What was the difference?
Luka get swept. Luka get swept.
When they lost
Luka's
to the Warriors,
never been twice.
No,
they won one game.
Okay,
My bad.
one game.
Gentlemen's sweep.
I mean, we can't forget
4-1.
what Ray John and Drew Holiday came and did to Dame and them. So.
Yeah, that was crazy. This is what I'll say about Dame. My problem with Dame compared to Luka is I've seen Luka specifically in the bubble and then the year after against the Clippers go against very high level defenses and up his game. Whenever I've seen Dame against a near historic level defense in the playoffs, his game drops. Like that Warriors series, granted, the Warriors were defending champions, but no KD that series. You give up 2 15-point leads in game 3 and 4 and play awful. Like they had him in jail. Same thing with AD, Drew, and Rondo. They also had him in jail. I see Luka step his game up against greater defenses in the playoffs more than I see Dame. That's probably the difference between me.
Have we? I mean, I hear you on that, but have we ever seen Luka against those Warriors with KD?
And what if those Warriors teams, despite KD,
have seen it. We have.
But weren't those Warriors teams, despite KD, already top level defenses in the NBA before?
Yeah, and I feel like the same.
The Mavericks played
the Kevin Durant factor.
They played the Warriors last season, and Luka did drop.
I'm talking about those Warriors, 17, 18 Warriors.
Nah, he never played those Warriors.
That's
last
we
season
talking
was
about.
the first. Nah, we haven't seen that.
I'm not saying I think Dame or Luka is better. It's not about really that. I just think we're talking tiers here. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if we're talking about just, I've seen Dame rise his game, to meet the standards to lift his team. Has it led to a championship? No, but neither has it for Luka yet. So if we're talking tiers, I don't think Dame and Luka are worlds apart by no means.
Once again, J-Rob, that's the beauty of basketball. Because y'all got Luka in this tier, you got Dame in this tier, and then you speak down on De'Aaron. I saw just 2 weeks ago. I saw De'Aaron run circles around Luka and Kyrie, and y'all we both got them in 2 tiers above De'Aaron. So that's just the beauty of basketball. We know who we can say is better than who, but at any given day.
Yeah, I wouldn't never put Luka and Dame in the same tier of one another. Luka belongs in the same tier as Stephen Curry, mainly because of what he's been doing on the Dallas Mavericks for the last 3 seasons has been nothing short but exceptional. On top of that, Dame for the last few seasons too has been hurt and then in and out of the lineup. On top of that, I mean, don't take away from what Damian Lillard, what he brings to the game. He is a floor raiser, give him that, but he's never had postseason performances like Luka Doncic. So I mean, it is what it is. Like you can't discount that. He's a better passer. Dame is a better scorer, but it's not by a crazy margin. We're not going to talk about defense. They both don't offer defense like that. So the separator is what happens in the postseason, and it is what it is.
No, I disagree.
Joy, wait,